Grand Rising, Elizabeth.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
I want to say that this is such a pleasant day. Um, because first of all, the sun is shining. I'm looking out the window and it looks wonderful. Um, but in addition to that, life is what with my another co-host on the show, not on this show, on the other show, life is lifing. And I say that to myself from time to time because I'm hearing about things on the news about our health and wellness. A lot of things are coming down, right? And
Yeah.
so it's nice to have someone that you can call on that has expertise, has the good knowledge, and that's Nurse Stacy. And she is my co-host, and I am so grateful that she is in my life, in our lives. Um, because it's valuable to have somebody you can call on from time to time, especially in these days. So I just want to share what Nurse Stacy wants to share today. Transformation from surviving to thriving. That even sounds good. I'm going for some from just surviving to thriving. And what real change looks like. I would love to know. I want to know. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Nurse Stacy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Um, oh, 1 second. No, I'm acting like I don't know what to do. Hide the floating menu. Be patient with me because this is the first time I'm using Canva today, but I think I got it figured out. Okay, so one thing I want to say is I cannot see you guys, and I don't like that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do the presentation. For some reason, it just didn't pop up where I can see you guys. So if Deidre, you can help me. If somebody has a hand or you want to say, put a comment in. But one thing for sure is I do want this to be interactive so that we are interacting to get together. So transformation. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to say grand rising to everybody and welcome to our Tuesday's health and wellness conversation. So today we're going to be talking about transformation and the journey from merely surviving to truly thriving. And there are seasons when surviving is really necessary. And I think right now is one of those seasons for me where surviving is necessary. And sometimes life requires us to do whatever we can to get through the day. We got to care for our families. We meet these responsibilities that we have, and we keep moving forward. But surviving was never meant to become a permanent way of living. Who just want to just survive? I don't want to just survive. I want to thrive. Thriving means we are no longer simply reacting to everything happening around us. We begin living with greater intention. We develop a new mindset. We make healthier choices. We become more conscious of our daily decisions and begin creating a better version of ourselves. So I want to explore what real transformation looks like, what it really looks like, not temporary motivation, not perfection. I want to make that clear, not perfection and not a quick fix, but meaningful change that begins within and gradually changes how we live. So before we define transition, I want to hear what the word means. So we'll go into slide 2. Transformation, it's not changing your circumstances. It's absolutely changing you. So when you hear the word transformation, and this is a question, what immediately comes to mind?
Change.
Yes, change. Some people may think it's all about weight loss. Others
Mm-hmm.
think it's about improving their finances or leaving an unhealthy relationship or starting a business or becoming more confident, strengthening your faith, or finally taking better care of your health. But take a moment and think about it. What would transformation look like in your life?
I think that it's all that, everything that you said. But what you're saying here is that none of that really matters until you change yourself because it's an inside job.
Inside job, you hit the nail on the head. So, transformation, it may involve something that people can see on the outside, right? But real transformation goes much deeper than appearance. It is not simply changing what you look like, it's changing how you think, what you believe, what you tolerate, what you choose, and how you show up for yourself.
Mm.
Yeah, the outside often changes after something has already begun changing where? On the
Inside.
absolutely, absolutely. And that is so revealing to me, changing on the inside. Place one word in the comment if that describes the transformation you desire. So let's go on to slide number 3. Most people, this is why most people never change. They want different results, but they keep the same thinking, they keep the same habits and the same priority. We often believe our lives will change once our circumstances change. And most people sit around and wait for that to happen. Life is going
Mm.
to change when I do this or when I do that. They wait for the circumstances to happen in order for that to go on. But when my schedule slows down, is when some people will say that I'll change when my schedule slows down, or I'll take better care of myself. When everyone else is doing better, I will focus on me. And you're going to
Mm.
put all of your attention on everybody else. But when everything gets better, I'll focus on me after I take care of everybody else. Or some people may say, when I have more money,
Mm.
I will eat healthier. Or some people may say, when I feel motivated, get this one, I'll start exercising. But transformation doesn't always begin because our circumstances change. Sometimes the circumstances remain the same. Figure that out. But we become different within the circumstances, right?
Ah,
We begin responding differently. And I remember that class I took that taught me how to respond instead of reacting, right? So we
that's
begin
right.
responding differently. We start setting boundaries. Now, y'all know I love my boundaries. We start setting those boundaries. We make different choices. We stop waiting for permission. We recognize that although we may not have control control over everything around us, we can take greater ownership of what happens within us. How many agree with that? So,
Yeah.
yeah, this is not about blaming ourselves. So don't think about that. It's not about blaming ourselves for everything that has happened. It's about reclaiming the power that we still possess. And a new mindset creates better choices. And better choices create new patterns. And new patterns, guess what it can do? It can create a better life, right? But even when people genuinely desire something different. Many never experience lasting change. So let's talk about why. So these are the 6 steps of the transformation. First off, it is awareness. But I'm going to talk a little bit about why people never change first before we get into the 6 steps. Many people genuinely want different results, but they continue with the same thinking, the same habits, and the same priorities. They want more energy, but rest remains at the bottom of the list. Imagine that. Right. They want better health, but they continue ignoring what their body has been telling them. What is your body saying to you? They want peace, but guess what they never do? They never set boundaries. They want to feel more confident, but they continue speaking negatively about themselves. Now, we got to really think about what we're saying about ourselves if we want to build our confidence. So this does not mean people are lazy or incapable. That's not what it means at all. Familiar patterns can feel safe, even when those patterns are no longer serving us. How many of us do things that we know we shouldn't be doing just because they feel safe? You know, those patterns don't serve us, so we really need to pay attention to that. Real change requires us to honestly examine what we repeatedly do. We cannot continue making ourselves the last priority and expect our health to become the first result. How does that sit? So at some point, we must ask ourselves, what am I willing to think differently, believe differently, and do differently to create the life I say I desire? Real change begins when we are willing to become a different version of ourselves. So we have the 6 steps of transformation: awareness, decision, vision, belief, action, and this one here, consistency. Remember, in all of these 6 steps, small steps brings about powerful change and an extraordinary life. Okay, where did my slide go? It's doing the Keisha thing. Remember Keisha did that to you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to escape and I'm going to come back. I'm not going to let these win at all.
Good.
Why isn't my slide showing up? That is so not right.
You may have to delete it and re-upload it.
What do you mean delete it?
Like it's highlighted at the bottom, so you can hit the delete button, and then when you uploaded it to there, just re-upload it.
Take it down and re-upload?
Yeah.
I'm going to try that. You guys have patience with me here.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. So if I may, listening to those transformational steps, as you were saying, those that also feed into
It also does what?
the steps that you had.
You went out a little bit. We didn't hear you completely.
You talking about Lakeisha?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Lakeisha.
Yes.
So I was saying I love the transformational steps, and those steps also can apply to your financial, as well.
Oh, yeah.
Awareness and all those different things that she had on the screen is really good.
Oh, Lord. Hold on one
Can hit
second.
on multiple areas of your life.
That's true.
Yeah, it
I
makes
mean,
me think about in the transformation that it starts in your thinking. As a man thinketh, so is he.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So how we are approaching it in our mind, even if we're like, oh, this is going to be hard for me to change the way I'm thinking about it. Well, how about starting right there?
Exactly.
right.
Uh-huh.
Watching your words.
Watching your words.
Absolutely.
And the key is that last word, consistent. Just be consistent.
Being
Just,
Oh yeah.
just
consistent.
focus on that being, no matter what, just say, okay, no, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm back. Do you see my screen?
Yay.
Yes.
You know what? I'm not letting this win with me today. So, step number one is awareness, right? Awareness. But let's go back to the 6 steps, what I was talking about. The transformation is not a dramatic moment, okay? It is usually a process made up of several steps. And today we're going to walk through those 7 steps. So, this step right here is step number one, awareness. Awareness begins when we recognize that something needs to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
It may be recognizing that we are constantly exhausted. I was exhausted this morning, definitely. It may be acknowledged that our stress is affecting our health. It may be noticing that we have stopped doing the one thing that once brought us joy. Have you ever just stopped doing something that you really, really liked?
Yeah, it's happening to me.
Yeah. So awareness means paying attention to the message coming from your body, right? Your emotions, your habits, and our lives. And this is not the time to like criticize ourselves or condemn ourselves. Awareness requires curiosity and honesty. So instead of saying, what is wrong with me? We need to reframe that and say, what is my life trying to show me? We cannot change what we refuse to acknowledge. And that was an eye opener for me a long time ago. If I can't acknowledge it, how can I change it? But once we see something clearly, we can begin deciding what to do next. Right?
Yeah.
So, awareness, you can't look at it as a weakness. Awareness is courage, courage by itself. Now, this slide better move forward. Okay, reflection question. What area of your life has been asking for your attention? Now, this is a thoughtful question. Take a moment and just be honest. This is where your transformation begins. Your awareness today creates your freedom for tomorrow. So, what area in your life has been asking for your attention? Awareness. Okay.
Hmm.
Awareness means seeing clearly and living intentionally, right? It means noticing the truth, seeing what is really happening, what's really going on, understanding yourself. And that means getting to the root of your thoughts, getting to the root of your feelings and your habits, recognizing the choices that you're making, knowing you have more options than you think, seeing your potential and remembering who you are and what you are capable of doing. And then accepting responsibility, owning your role in your results and owning your role in your future. Awareness involves more than simply noticing that something is wrong, right?
Mm-hmm. Nurse Stacy,
Uh-huh.
that number 3, recognizing choices, knowing you have more options than you think. And I think sometimes that's where we get stuck because we think, only what your mom said is your way out, or what you've read is your other, or the only way to answer or deal with whatever the issue is that you're working with, but that there are way more options than what what you think. Yeah, that I think we get that we can get caught up in that. Well, I'll have to do this, and you find out you don't have to do that. There's another way out. There are more windows than just that one window.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Recognizing those choices.
And there's way more help than what you know exists.
Yeah, we got options. We definitely got
Yes.
options.
And I'm one that loves options. And I used to, instill that into my children because, you have a lot of people now with the internet, more information that's committing suicide and different things like that. And they don't realize that, there's always a way out. Like God never not made a way out. There's always a way out. You just have to look for it and find it. If you look for it, you will find a way out. So I
Yes.
love the choices that we have. That's a gift, the gift of choice, the
Yeah.
gift of options. I love options.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the understanding yourself, where you realize that, and it's nice that it comes before the choices, because you've got to understand that I am different from my mother. I am different from my father. I am different from my siblings. I am different. So it's okay to think, like Queen said, it's okay to think differently. So
Yes.
I have to understand that about myself
Mm-hmm.
before I can recognize the choices. I like the way that you have it here,
Yes, thank
which is, like you said, an inside job.
Yeah, it's very profound. And then I'll repeat again, accepting responsibility, owning your role in your results and your future. So responsibility is not the same as blame.
Mm.
Blame tends to keep us stuck in shame.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, responsibility gives us the power to move forward. So awareness says this. This is where I am. This is what I need. And this is what I have the ability to begin changing. That's what awareness says. Decision, that's step number 2. Step number 2, every transformation begins with one intentional choice. You see that? You see it's highlighted. I mean, it's highlighted in orange. Intentional choice. You choose, you decide, and you begin. And today you have to choose you. You got to make the choice to change, commit to yourself, set your intention, step into your next chapter. A decision made today can change everything tomorrow. So awareness shows us what needs attention, but awareness alone will not change our lives. At some point, we got to make this decision, right? Every transformation begins with an intentional choice, like I said before. And the decision may be, am I going to stop putting myself last? Now, I know that one hit home for me a few years ago. I said, I got to make the decision to put myself forward first. So another decision may be, am I going to schedule the appointment? Am I going to begin moving my body? Am I going to protect my peace? I know I am. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to protect my peace. And am I going to learn what my body needs? We need to learn that. And the only way we're going to learn what our body needs, we have to listen to what our body needs. A decision is more than just wishing something would change. A decision means we are choosing a new direction. And choosing yourself does not mean you no longer care about other people. That's for sure. Let's get that together. It don't mean you don't care about other people. It means you understand that constantly neglecting yourself eventually limits your ability to care for what? Anyone else.
Yeah, years ago I was listening and reading Ask and You Are Given, How to Manifest Your Heart's Desire. And
Mm,
one of the things that I think was an eye opener is that it's okay to be selfish. You know how
yeah.
some people make you feel like but if you don't be selfish for yourself and get yourself together, how really much help can you be to others? Like you have to be selfish enough to be able to work on yourself and to work on your personal development, like work on yourself. And it's okay to be
Mhm.
selfish.
It definitely is. I love being selfish. And you know what? I've noticed more lately about myself. I stop people in their tracks sometimes. I'm not even going to hold you up. I stop them when I feel like somebody is crossing my boundary that I set for themselves. I have to say, hold on, wait a minute. Now, this is not what we're going to do. This, that is saying this is what we're not going to do. That's what I say because I have to keep that peace. I have to hold that space for myself. So you choose, you decide, and you begin. A decision made today can change everything about tomorrow. Step number 3, vision. When your vision, when you vision, when your vision is clear, your decisions become easier. You can transform, you can't transform if you don't have a clear picture of where you're going. Isn't there a scripture that says, without a vision, the people perish?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You got to have a decision. We cannot intentionally create life, or you cannot intentionally create the life you want if you never take time to imagine. See that lady sitting there? She's imagining, looking beyond the hills and the mountains into the sunset. She's imagining. So just imagine, what does thriving look like for you? Does it mean waking up with more energy? Does it mean stronger or more mobile, get around better? Does it mean sleeping better, managing stress differently? How about feeling confident during medical appointments or having peace about the choices you are making?
You're asking about striving or
Vision,
okay. I thought you
decision.
said what does striving look like to you. That's okay.
Huh?
I thought you said what does striving look like to you?
Striving or thriving?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We want to thrive. We don't want to just strive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? We want to thrive.
Yeah, I think being honest about where you are as well.
Mm-hmm.
That seeing where you are,
Mm-hmm.
what are your circumstances right now? And I like being honest and
Mm-hmm.
being responsible about it, not blaming everybody else for it.
Mm-hmm.
Then that vision can come forth because you can see clearly now
Mm-hmm.
because you're being really honest with yourself about where you are and
Yeah.
being responsible, like you said in the other one of the other ones, being responsible, not blaming nobody else because you're the only one that can bring yourself out of that situation. You're the only one.
Yes.
Only one. It starts with you. It starts with me. And then from there, my vision of what do I want? How do I want this to be different?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not just change, but like you're saying, transformed, where
Mm-hmm.
it's my new way of life,
Yes.
my new way of life, my new way of thinking, my new way of being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you guys are being interactive here. I love it. I love it. I love it. So your vision does not have to resemble anyone else's life.
Yeah.
But we can't look at somebody else's life and say, oh, I want my life to be like that. Don't make that your vision. Connect your vision to your personal reason why. To me, that's profound. Your personal reason why. Why does this transformation matter to me? This is what I got to say to Stacy. Why does it matter to me? How would my life improve? How would your life improve? How would it affect your family, your purpose, your confidence? And how would it affect your future? When your vision becomes clear, many daily decisions become easier. Think about that. When you got a clear vision in your mind, everything becomes easier. You can begin asking, does this choice move me forward in life? Or does it move me forward in the life that I am creating? Or does it move me away from it? That's something to think about, because we got to see it, we got to feel it, we got to believe it, and we have to become it. So remember, a vision without action remains what? Only a daydream.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to sit around daydreaming of nothing. We want to have clear vision on how we're going to change our situation. Step number 4, belief. Your belief system will either build you up or hold you back. What you believe, you create. Isn't that right? We all know that. On this show, we all know that our belief system can either do one of the two things. But many of us carry what we call limited beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I had a lot of them.
Yeah.
When I started my journey, before I started my journey, my limited belief was, and I probably told this you guys this time, you fat, you ugly, and everybody know it. Can you imagine me saying that? You become what you believe, like Oprah Winfrey said. You become what you believe. I had to change that limited thinking. I had to tell myself,
I got a question.
I'm at goal weight, I'm beautiful, and I know it. Go ahead with your question.
So where do you think that belief came from? Or that thought? Where do you think it stemmed from?
Because as I was younger growing up, I was at my ideal weight and I felt good about myself. And then all of a sudden I got morbidly obese. I was overweight, but before I got morbidly obese, my thinking then, I was overweight. I wasn't where I desired to be. And I felt ugly. And I kept feeding myself. Every time I looked in the mirror, I would say, "Ooh, girl, you ugly." And sometimes we look at our body and we have our bodies in the mirror, we have body shame. So for me, I believe that's where it came from. Body shame, looking in the mirror and saying, "Girl, you done got big, you fat, and you ugly." And guess what? When you go outside, everybody gonna see it and everybody gonna know it. You can't hide it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something deep for me. That was a transformation, a limited belief that I had to destroy. And it took some time destroying it. It didn't happen overnight. And some people may say, I'm too old to change. I've heard that over and over. I'm just too old to change. And some people say, I've tried before and it's failed. I ain't gonna try no more. Forget it. And some people will say, this is just how my family is. And then some of us believe I'm not disciplined enough, or I won't stick with anything. I can't stick to nothing. Every time I try something, it don't work. But this is one thing we have to hold true, or we need to just consider. A past struggle is not proof that transformation is impossible. I had to tell myself that. It may simply mean that the previous plan did not meet your needs.
Lakeisha's hand is up there.
Okay, go ahead, Lakeisha.
No, I was just, wanted to just talk about how powerful that belief is, because that was one of the things that we talked about last Wednesday, was that belief. Sometimes why we're not spreading our wings, and going for the gusto is because a lot of things that what we believed, right? We had to sometimes change your belief system,
Mm-hmm.
or be open in order to, to move forward. Like, what you believe is everything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is so cool. And it relates to so much, like this, the health, your finances, and
Mm-hmm.
so many other things. What do you believe and where did it come from? Where did you even get that belief from? Was it a story that someone told you, a story you was telling yourself? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And you had to tell yourself another story. You had to believe something different.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be
Mm-hmm.
authentic, with
Mm-hmm.
with yourself. And that was a great question that Joy had asked. Like, what made that? Knowing why is really powerful. Like, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, to do that self-evaluation that you successfully did for yourself, because you are beautiful. And no, I couldn't imagine that. You're right,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And what's weird about the whole situation, before that even got into my mind, I didn't realize that I was holding on to a deeper limited belief that was associated with me being, how can I put this? You can't put it no other way, but just to say it, me being molested when I was a child. How's that for transparency?
Mm-hmm.
And me just being a child, and I'm on my way to the park where the swimming pool was, and I had on my swimming suit, not knowing that I was going to get some eye gawkers looking at me, blowing their whistle, stopping and trying to seduce me into their car. Things like that made me feel like, okay, I don't want nobody to see my body. So I started gaining weight. And then it led me to a deeper
Mm.
limited belief. So sometimes we have to go way back and dig a little bit deeper to try to figure out the root cause of why we believe what we believe. So begin challenging those limited beliefs that no longer serve you, because they didn't serve me. You know, I didn't want nobody to see my body, so I gained some weight. And then I gained some weight, and then I'm like, oh, everybody looking at me, and they know I'm fat and ugly. It just was a roller coaster. Choose more empowering truths.
Yes.
Instead of saying I always fail, say I'm learning how to return after an interruption. Yes.
Can I
Instead
say
of,
something?
yes.
There's this saying that says that your scars can dictate where you've been, but they don't have to show you where you're going.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That is very profound. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So instead of saying to ourselves, I cannot do this, say, I can take the next manageable step. Because every step ain't got to feel like a big old thing to do. It can be just a manageable step. Belief doesn't always arrive before action. Sometimes belief grows because we begin to take action and collecting evidence that we are capable. Imagine that. Every small promise keeps you, or every small promise that you keep to yourself strengthens that belief. Your belief influences your thoughts. Your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions shape your life. And that is just so true. So let's move on to the next step. Why does it say step number 7? Okay, so I'm just going to roll with these punches. I thought we were on step number 4. No, that's, yeah. Let me see. I don't know what happened to step number 5, but I'm going to go through step number 5 before we get to number 7. Step number 5 is action changes everything, okay? Knowledge without action will not change our lives. We can read every book, we can attend every presentation, we can save every healthy recipe and listen to every podcast, but transformation happens when knowledge becomes action. Action does not have to be enormous. It could just mean walking for 10 minutes. It could mean just preparing one healthier meal. It could mean checking your blood pressure or scheduling a preventative care appointment or asking your healthcare provider an important question. It could mean going to bed early or saying no to doing something that drains you. I know I do. No, I can think about something that's going to drain me and I just say no. But start one action that you can realistically complete. Okay. And then don't wait for the perfect moment, because perfect moments rarely arrive.
Mm.
Take the moment you have and use it well. The first action may feel small, but it creates momentum if you do it. The momentum helps us believe that more change is possible, right? So step number 6 is consistency.
Yes.
Small steps, lasting transformation is what we got to do. Consistency is where the small actions begin producing lasting transformation. Consistency does not mean doing something perfectly every day. Now, we know we talked about that over and over. Don't mean that I got to say when I'm going to be consistent, I got to go jogging for 5 miles every day or hitting the gym 7 days a week. And that's consistency. It means returning after an interruption. If some interrupts your consistent pattern, all we got to do is get back on it. So you may miss a workout, you may have a stressful week, or you may make a choice that doesn't align with your goal. That does not erase your progress. Remember, the progress is still behind you and you just need to keep moving forward. So the question is not, did I do everything perfectly? The question is, how quickly am I willing to return? Plan your actions, make them manageable, track your progress, celebrate your victories. This is really important. Celebrate your victories. That's going to make you feel better, a whole lot better, because I used to think, I got to lose 50 pounds. And I say that now to myself. But then when I started thinking about, you know what, I've already lost 65. And I'm going to celebrate myself for that, because those 65 could still be on me. So you got to include the small ones and then repeat the behaviors that support your life, right? So do not choose habits that only work when everything is going well, right? Choose habits that can still fit in real life. You can just fit it in, you know? You don't have to be extreme. You simply need to become more consistent, because progress, this is a key thing, progress is over perfection and every day counts.
Joy's
Yeah.
hand is up.
Huh?
Joy's hand is up.
Go ahead, Joy.
Think we as women, a lot of our decisions are based on what men think about us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Think weight, how we look,
Mm-hmm.
how we, because when you go out, we want to look good so we can get a man,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something how society perpetuates that.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day we wake up and think, I don't want to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make changes. I want to, because that's interesting how you said you used to feel you didn't want the guys to look at you.
Mm-hmm.
So you did the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't get that attention. And I think a lot of women do that, wear bulky clothes. Like I wear oversized clothes because I don't want that attention.
Yeah.
It's really interesting how we are so trained to um, please the male species instead of pleasing ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and really knowing what we want or what we like, even in sexual encounters,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
which is really deep. And now, since women are becoming more independent and
Mm-hmm.
able to make their own money, it's like, okay, what do I like?
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I just wanted to say that I just had it. One thing I'm dealing with right now myself is gray hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I have never liked gray hair. And I realize where it stems from. My mother
Mm-hmm.
has always dyed her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm.
stopped dyeing my hair. I stopped dyeing the gray, but I'm dealing with this gray, and it's just so,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, it's really a change for me.
Yeah, the
And
work.
I'm really striving to embrace this,
Uh-huh.
because it is. And then I come on and see you got gray hair in your hair.
Girl, I decided. I made a decision.
You
All
know,
right now.
I do want to piggyback on what Joy said. One thing that I noticed is that you got to do what's best for you.
Yeah.
They say that different strokes is for different folks. And like I'm with a guy right now that loves me slim. I'm not quite pleased with me being small. As much as I get teased from some of my counterparts, oh, if I was your size, if I was your size, if I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be my size. I was a little bit thicker at one point in time. I embraced being a little bit thicker. And so what it is that my body does not like the fat of
Mhm.
being thicker, but lean muscle. Yeah. So I'm in the gym lifting weights so I can build up muscle, but I don't like being this
So,
petite.
so let me ask you this. How do you know what you like? Because a lot of times we don't know because we're
I mean,
so used to it, so accustomed.
I haven't always been this size all my life. I did grow up quite thin, and then I got into a thick goddess era. For me, it was like maybe a 6'8". I've never gotten to like a size 10, but I liked, and when I was in my goddess era, learning more about me, my spirituality, and everything, and I was just at a certain thick level. I liked that, but it was fat. That was the problem. It was fat. I wasn't fat. I was still slim thick, but my body, my metabolic didn't like the fat thickness, but it
Mhm.
likes the muscle thickness. So
Mhm.
because of, I'll be honest, because of my diabetes and me not taking care of it, that's how I lost such rapid weight because, my body was just burning off all the fat. But now
Mhm.
that I'm taking better care of myself, I realize I don't quite like being this thin. I miss being of a certain size. I miss having fuller bosom. I miss all that. So I'm on the opposite end where everybody around me is losing weight. I have to train my body to gain weight properly. So I can at least I want to at least be a size 6, get back to a medium. I have not been a small since high school. I want to get
Right.
back to being a medium, solid medium, not a large, but a medium.
Good
So
sharing. Good sharing.
I have to do things differently. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to these men, what I was trying to say is, like they say, your vibe will attract your tribe. You will attract the men that like you. So why worry about the men that don't? Because they're looking for somebody. If they're into plus size women, they're gonna be into plus size women. If they like I said, my boyfriend likes me thin. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but we like myself a little bit thicker. So you'll find somebody. You will attract that person that likes you for you. So don't worry about what other men say. Oh, you should be this. You should be okay. I'm not trying. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to please me. So in pleasing
Absolutely.
you, you will eventually attract that person that will please you as well. That's what I wanted to say. So, look in the mirror. I mean, I'm a belly dancer. I get undressed in front of other belly dancers all the time. Being naked around women is not nothing new to me. And it's like, oh, okay, that's what that looks like. That's good. Okay, but you have to be comfortable in your own skin. What's comfortable for you? And then
Mhm.
once you figure out if it's being thick, if it's being thin, if it's being somewhere in the middle, once you figure out what that is, then you go to that. How do you feel most comfortable in your body? That's the question you should ask.
Yeah.
Lakeisha's
So
hand is up.
Yeah, I wanted to share with Shawnee said she couldn't raise her hand on Zoom because she didn't see the button on her iPad. Um, that she said, Stacy, that you are very beautiful, sis, and
oh,
that
thank you.
um she thinks that it's the same way that she feels also. She said, I don't like men to see my body because I was also raped. I can relate, sis. I don't know how, okay. So everybody kind of like go through these things and
Mhm.
share the same things that you're feeling, So I think it's
Mhm.
important and thankful that we have a community that's safe and that you can share those things, right?
Mhm.
Because, I'm dealing with that also, like, being ashamed of my body. I've been
Mhm.
ashamed of my body
Mhm.
ever since probably like my 40s, gaining this stomach. You don't know how to get rid of it. Even though my girlfriend used to say, girl, me, they don't care about that. They don't care about, girl, you being thick. And you know, some women I've seen as of yesterday, they're so confident. Like they don't care what they wear. I went to the concert. I couldn't believe these thick, heavy women, I mean, they very confident. Like I'm not even nowhere close to that. And I can't feel that confident. Like, so is
Mhm.
that my self-esteem? What is that? They got high self-esteem.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move on
They was
because
showing it all, girl.
for the sake of time, I'm gonna move on. So what transformation looks like, and you said more self-esteem about their self-esteem, but transformation isn't about being perfect. They ain't thinking about being perfect, evidently. It's about becoming who you were created to be. And you'll feel it, you'll live it, and you become it. And that's what some people do. I used to notice this one girl at church all the time who was very overweight, and she would be able to stand in front of the congregation. And I would say to myself, I'd never be able to do that and stand in front of everybody if I weighed that much. But that was my own thinking. So the first thing is here more confidence. You trust yourself and trust your choices. That's about the whole thing. Trust your choices. You have more energy. You have the energy to enjoy your life again. That's what transformation looks like. You have better sleep. You rest deeply and wake up refreshed. You have stronger boundaries. You protect your peace without feeling guilty at all. You have more peace. You feel calm, centered, and in control, and a new standard. You no longer settle. You rise into more. This is becoming the CEO of your own health, the senior executive officer of your own health.
I
And
love it.
becoming the CEO of your own health. Okay, you are the leader, you are the decision maker, and the one in charge of your health journey. No one else. No one knows your body better than you. You know what you're feeling on the inside of your body. Whether you see everybody doing what they're doing, you recognizing that how you feel about your body, Lakeisha, and what you want to do about it. You set the vision, you define the goals and the life you want to create. And once you set that vision and define the goals, you make the choices. Choose habits that align with your values and your future. And it's going to look different from somebody else. And then simply just take the action, the small steps today, because they create big results tomorrow. And then protect your well being. Like I said, set those boundaries, manage stress, and honor your body and your mind. And then celebrate your progress. Like I said before, acknowledge your wins. Even if it's only losing a half a pound, even if it's losing a quarter of an inch around your waist, celebrate and acknowledge those wins. Learn from them and keep moving forward because you are in charge of your health. And your health is in charge of your life. So be the CEO of your own health. So one decision, what's the one decision you'll make this week? One decision made today can change your tomorrow. Could it be drinking more water, hydrating your body? I had to make that decision this morning. I felt like I didn't have no water in my veins at all. I was feeling drained. I had to pick up the water, go get the water. And guess what? As soon as I put that water in my body, I could feel life coming back to my body because you don't want to get
Good.
dehydrated. If you get dehydrated, it feels like the life is out of your body. So if you ever feel listless and lifeless, put some water in your body, move your body, even a little movement. It don't have to be big. A little movement will create momentum and nourish well.
Yeah,
Choose the
that's
food.
what I want to do each morning. I've been doing it for a week now, but
Mm-hmm.
I've been lifting weights with my, just three
Mm-hmm.
pound weights, not heavy, but doing it, making sure I'm consistent. I like that
Mm-hmm.
word. consistent lifting weights every morning.
Yeah, I got a whole brand new gym downstairs. So I really have with brand new weights. So I've been doing the 5-pounders and I've noticed a huge difference. I mean, lifting up I think 40 case of water is equivalent to 50 pounds. I recently lifted that and was like, this is so much easier than before. So something, just seeing a change like that, like, oh, I can lift, I can move this, transfer this water from this space to that space and not struggle, makes me want to go back and keep lifting weights.
That's true. That's true.
So as I was saying, nourish well. Okay, choose the food that supports your goals. If you know that eating certain foods, like for me, I know that if I eat some pasta and some bread, it's going to set me back a little bit. I can get on the scale today and be, I say 150 pounds, and tomorrow I'll get on the scale, I might be 158. Why? Because I didn't nourish well. I didn't do something that I knew wasn't going to support me. I know every time I eat that bread and then follow it with some water, it's going to swell me up and it's going to hold, my body's going to hold on to it. So nourish well. Choose the foods that support your goals. Set a boundary. Hey, just one boundary at a time. Protect your time. And most of all, protect your peace. Focus on you. Your well-being matters most over anybody else. Choose you. This is your journey. Lead your journey well, because small decisions make a big impact and lasting transformation. So do one decision, one step, a new you. Hey, let's start it today. You know, it can change your tomorrow. So the final thought is transformation doesn't begin when your life changes. You are becoming the best version of yourself, one decision at a time. It begins when you change. You have the power within you. You have the tools at your hands, in your hands. And now it's time to step into your transformation. Step fully into it. Why? You got this. I know I do. I know I got this. I have this because it's my journey, it's my health, and it's my life. And I am the CEO of my own health. No one else can do it for me. I have to do it myself. So you are capable of moving from simply surviving into the life where you truly thrive. So I'm going to come out of this, escape from here, and stop sharing. And I'm back with you, ladies. That's the first time I ever came back that quick.
Excellent presentation. Excellent.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I needed it. You know, the teacher needs the teaching. For sure. I absolutely love it. Anybody got any takeaways? We got 1 minute.
We have I think a new guest, Miss Tutson.
Miss Tutson. Hi, Maria. She's not
Hello, ladies.
on our show before.
Oh, she has.
Maria, show your face if you can, please.
Oh man. Oh, I can't.
Come
I'm
on,
sorry.
please. Please.
I look like I just woke up.
Okay.
We all do.
Okay, and
No,
I know,
and
right?
I want to tell you who Maria is. Isn't she beautiful?
Yeah,
yes.
she is.
You met Maria before.
Okay.
She's my beautiful daughter.
here, I put a towel on
Your
my head. I
daughter?
ain't left it back.
That's my daughter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're
Oh,
so
hey,
beautiful.
Maria.
Hi.
Hey, sweetheart. Thanks for
Thanks
How
for
you guys
joining
doing?
today, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Yeah. We had
Yeah,
some
so I
pictures, but
enjoyed
we don't
watching.
get the
I
pictures
enjoyed
come.
watching my mom. And I just want to say you're an inspiration to me.
Oh,
And yeah.
Well,
that's
you
so
are an
Um,
nice.
inspiration to me too.
aw,
Yeah.
thank you.
My daughter
Thank
be out there wilding out in this health and wellness space as well, y'all.
Okay, all
She be
right, we
out
gotta
there
get her
doing
on
the
the crew.
thing. And I am very proud of her. So
Mm-hmm.
before I end, I just want to say that I did start my new business, Own Your Health Journey. Own
Oh,
it,
congrats.
own it, own it. the ducks are in a row. It's moving forward. And I am proud of myself.
You
Yes.
should be.
Good.
Pat myself on the back.
Congratulations.
So I'm loving every step of the moment. It's very challenging, but guess what? It's very doable. It's very doable. And guess what? I'm doing the dang thing.
You're the
All
doggone
right.
thing.
That's what
Right.
I'm talking about.
So
Congratulations.
that being said, y'all need to go. Whoever has not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am relaunching my YouTube channel.
Mhm.
And I changed my business name to Own Your Health Journey. So that's why I'm like, I'm so proud of what's going on. So my channel is Own Your Health Journey, and you can get at it at the @ at Stacy L. Scott. And go ahead and subscribe. And I'm going to go ahead and launch my relaunch pretty soon, but I haven't let everyone know that I'm doing a relaunch, but I'm letting you guys on here because you are so special. And I know you guys are going to support me. I'm letting you know that I'm doing a relaunch. And I want you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I don't know if you got time, just thumb through some of the stuff that I've already talked about that is not going to be under the umbrella of Own Your Own Health. It's going to be under the umbrella of what I had before. So that being said, let's give ourselves a hug.
Can you put that in the chat for us? I mean, in WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So hug ourselves, kiss ourselves, and give the world a hug. Bring them in close. Bring them in close. Closer. Closer. Squeeze it. Love on them. And sprinkle a little bit out to the world. And I want to say thank you, ladies, for joining us today. On tomorrow, we got Wealth Building Wednesday.
Wealth Building
With
Wednesday.
Lakeisha LeGrand showing us how to get our wealth on.
Yes, I'm excited.
Tune in tomorrow, my girl Lakeisha.
I'm having trouble finding you on YouTube because I'm on it now to subscribe to you, but I'm having trouble finding you.
Look for the @ at Stacy L. Scott.
Okay.
On YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
I changed that. So,
Stacy L. Scott. Okay.
L. Don't forget the L.
Hey, Stacy, is it the same if we already subscribe to your, is it the same channel? You just changed the information?
Yeah, if you already
Okay, so
subscribed, you're good to go.
if we already subscribed and liked it, then we'll see the changes. Just put in the new change name. Okay.
Yep. And join us on Thursday with Art and Creativity, and on Friday with Queen with Passion and Purpose. So I want to say to everybody, enjoy your day and live life on purpose, one transformation choice at a time.
Here you go. Yeah. Peace out.
All right.